You fucking laugh. You laughing at me? Hey, what's up, guys? Spartan D here. Man, these videos silly as hell. Chips. Love the chips. People don't know about the chips, what it is that they do. Or you might know and then you used it too early and you're like, ah. Well, to those who haven't used it yet, until they hit 60. Is that the cap? Am I literally just one off? No, I think it's just like hard cap actually. Okay. But yeah, if you haven't used your chip, it pops up with the other blueprints here. You can see I have 65 of these each. Now, if you haven't used your chip yet, and you can see that I have, but I waited until I was 60, and this is what I have here. And this is what I got. When the mech is on the verge of destruction, grants invincibility for 6 seconds. Activates once per battle. And guess what? What that means is when your mech would normally die, you have invincibility for 6 seconds. Immunity to all CC, all statuses, everything for 6 seconds. And it's pretty darn good. So if you didn't use your chip, congrats, you get something like that. And the way that you use your chips, not just your chips, but like also like your blueprints, right? Because you come here, you see how this pops up and it's saying like, oh yeah, use these standard bits and gold to develop it. But then you come here, standard bits, gold, and this right here, blueprint. Use a part blueprint to specify the part type. Some of you might have already known this. I honestly didn't. And the reason I didn't is because I took a look at this. Chance of standard parts, and I saw that. I'm like, okay. Chance of standard parts, then it's like 2.5% chance of custom mech suit parts right here. And it says SR. So I saw that. I was like, okay, so then I just never touched this, right? Wrong. Wrong. Talking about chip blueprints, man. So you click this, and if you have the chip blueprint, which I don't because I used it at 60. Not only did I use it at 60, but like what you're gonna want to do is, you see how it says you'll get an SR part after 30 times, right? You're gonna get this all the way until it says the SR part is guaranteed. Make sure it says that it's guaranteed. And the very next one, okay, when this is highlighted purple, because it's going to be purple, is a pretty big indicator to let you know that it's going off. Then you use this here, and you don't use it any other time except for then. And this is also where you use that, but not just here, right? You go to the hanger, you go to part modification. This here, modify, just use pages piece as a example. You actually use them here, and this is going to break this through and get you to the next stage after you've used parts to get it to the first stage. You see I haven't done it here because I don't have the amount needed. You get this through supply prep, which is unlocked level 50, and honestly this is for level, you know, this is really for like level 60 plus only, but just to have the information is important, right? But bigger than that, because you also have these chips here, this is where you're going to get your blueprints from, unless you know you get them from an event of some sort. You see here, chip blueprint. Now the ultimate supply crate also says that it gives you a critical crash, a scatter module, a chip blueprint here, one, and a chip, yeah, like it says here. So it says it contains a variety, which means it's including all of that stuff, I would imagine. But that isn't why we're here. We're here for these two. You see I have 609. I almost have enough here. A few days I just didn't use my supports, feature, so that's why I'm actually sure otherwise. I'm pretty sure I would have had one of these by now, but it says it's extremely useful in a large scale request delta instance. It's what the trial keys are used. I'll just call it a large scale trial. I just shorten it down to trial. But as soon as you have enough proof of valors, hopefully you've been doing conflict zone every single day. And this also resets on the first of every month, so you really want to make sure that you're doing it throughout, because you want as many of these as you can possibly get. You want to be able to, you know, get enough to get both of these. Now, nobody was ever going to have enough since the game released on September 30th. So most people should be around here, if not already, you know, purchasing one of these. And with that pace, you should be able to get the second one if you're playing every single day, exhausting this. As you see here, I've even used some of the proof of challenges, the little burritos. You play Dead by Daylight, you know what that means. Little maps. But also your battle points, and you know, refresh these for 60 crystal, for 10 vigor every day. You only are, you know, you can only do this once per day. It just says it's limited to once per day. And I believe the reason is because of the fact that these are incredibly strong, like ridiculously strong. It's going to boost your power up by quite a bit. I mean, the fact that, you know, your mech literally won't be able to die for 6 seconds in the event that it did die. Yeah, it's pretty massive. But yeah, that pretty much covers it. Make sure you're doing this every day. Make sure you're exhausting your battle points in the assist tab here, and doing your absolute best to get your best team out that'll, you know, not only do the most damage but survive long enough through the entire stage. Make sure you do like normals like as soon as you possibly can. There's not really going to be too many people who can actually like do hard to where it's like viable. I haven't seen a single individual doing that. And just to give you a frame of reference of like where I am, top 50 in terms of like power. I haven't really spent like money on the game like that, like 43 bucks, legit 43 bucks, just to show you that, you know, I show this pretty much like every time so people just know, but like, you know, I'm not lying or anything like that. So let's just run through a real fun pack. Still there. Battle pass, still there. Now let's go to the top up reward. You see how it says $60 right here? Get 17 more dollars to claim a reward. Spend 43 bucks. There you go. So yeah, just to give you a frame of reference and like where I currently stand. You might be above me, you might not be. But this is just hopefully some helpful information for those who haven't used their chip yet. Hopefully nobody used their chip yet, simply because of the fact that if it gave me a chip that rarity 60 and it's going to consistently be 60, then it's likely based on your level. Now I'm not sure if it's like rounding down until you hit the level, like in, you know, bundles of 10. So like I'm sure like 10 from 20 and below it's just going to be rarity 20, and then once you get to 30 then it's, you know, rarity 30. I imagine it's like that. So like 1 to 20 rarity 20, 21 to 30 is still rarity 20. So like 1 to like 29 it's going to be rarity 20. Or it might just like be like hard based off of your level. I'm not sure because I didn't touch that until I was like level 60. It just didn't seem like something that I should touch, especially when I got 2 for free and then they were just at like rarity 40. And I'm like, these seem okay, but we haven't gotten like I haven't seen anything like this whatsoever, like throughout the entire time I played this. Not even like in the freaking shop they don't have that. I'm pretty sure. Like they got everything else. They literally got everything else but that. So they have to be like crazy. Same thing with the Proof of Valor. Like they don't have that in the shop. So it's gotta be crazy. Right? It's gotta be. So yeah, hopefully this video helps. If it did, feel free to leave feedback. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like. And if you didn't, that's okay too. I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.